Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council of 12. We are pleased to connect with you now this day of your time. Our intention with this transmission is to convey the importance of proper prayer. This is part 2 of our message, with part 1 being how to channel. The reason for this being part 2 is it is a symbiotic relationship, prayer and channeling. Because in order to pray properly, you must be in the same state of consciousness as you would be for channeling. Most humans visualize prayer as getting down on their knees, clasping their hands together, and begging for a miracle, of which they doubt they would receive because chances are they think they are not worthy of the miracle. When did the most intimate of relationships between yourself and God Source become one of begging? Only a person who is begging would drop to their knees and clasp their hands and start asking for something. That is not a relationship. That is a low vibrational behavior. Because it is a low vibrational behavior, chances are your prayers would never be met. The image our channel receives when thinking about that body position is that of a peasant who is begging for mercy from the king who has the power to kill or beat them or allow them to live. But this is how strong the vibration is in your cellular memory that the mass consciousness remembers when they had to beg for everything from their masters. The kneeling prayer position is that of slave to master. This is not the relationship one should have with God. Practice a little exercise with us now. Clasp your hands together against your chest with your fingers intertwined, the stereotypical pose for prayer. Now, change the position of your fingers by untwining your fingers and instead press your fingers together, as in the Namaste pose. Switch back and forth a few times. Can you feel the difference? Can you feel the different energy that is created just by changing the position of your fingers? Can you feel which one generates energy inside of you of peace, love, and respect, whereas the other one pulls out your energy? This is an example of how the original movements and intentions of the light have been distorted and inverted by the dark. This is why humans have a difficult time understanding where to turn to for help, because everything is so similar in appearances. This is why it is so imperative for you to learn how to recognize your own feelings about energy. When you pray, we do not recommend you drop to your knees and clasp your hands unless this action brings you to a state of immense joy. For most humans, this action actually does the reverse and distances themselves from God, thereby placing God in a position of a dictator of power, not source of love. Now, let us discuss the emotional state of mind you must be in to pray correctly. Regardless of the object of your desire, you are requesting assistance in manifesting, whether it be money, health, a car, for yourself or for someone else. You need to place yourself in a mindset of joy. You need to place yourself in a mindset that you have already received your request. You need to not only have the proper mindset, but you need to know exactly how many details about your desire as possible. For instance, if you are praying for health for someone, If you are visualizing that person laying in bed, getting sicker and sicker, and worrying about their loved ones, you are in fact praying for that person's illness to worsen, regardless of the words you use. However, if you are praying for health for someone, if you are visualizing that person getting up from their bed and walking out into the sunshine and smiling and feeling the best they have ever felt, then you are in fact praying for that person's illness to get better. Any doubt or worry in your prayer visualization will contaminate and muddy the prayer. Most humans are unintentionally practicing dark prayer magic because they have been so programmed their entire lives to think about dark and negative situations, the worst case scenario thoughts, that their reflex is to unintentionally think and thereby send dark energy to people. In order to serve for the highest outcome of all, you need to learn the power of your thoughts, dear ones. You have more power than you know. You all are healers if you learned how to control your minds. But as long as you let your minds run rampant with dark thoughts of worst case scenario, then you cast dark magic around yourselves and others unintentionally. Your prayer to Source should be a joyful and uplifting experience. Any emotion to the contrary is causing harm to yourself and to others. We recommend praying to God Source every single day. If there is nothing in particular that you are requesting assistance with, then we would at least pray for continued guidance to be provided in a fun and enjoyable way. If there is something in particular you are requesting in your prayer, you need to be exact in your mind as to exactly what it is you are wanting, including the feeling. If we were you, we would think about prayer like this. Pretend the only way Source could deliver your desire is if you provided a painted picture of the desire, and Source would manifest it for you exactly like your painting, down to the very last detail. Could you paint it so that Source could see exactly what it was that you were wanting without conveying any words? If you were praying for someone who was sick, most people are thinking about the negative worst case scenario aspects of that situation. In that circumstance, imagine what the painting would look like. It would be very unpleasant. You can see the person laying in bed with family members crying around them. It would be an extremely dark picture, not one that you would want to display in your home. Now imagine if you prayed correctly for the sick person. Can you see the painting you would create? You would paint them standing up from their sickbed, jumping for joy. The faces of everyone would be smiling and happy, with balloons and streamers all around in celebration. That is a glorious painting, one that would be happy to see in your home. We encourage you to pray deliberately with the intention of painting a picture for Source of love, joy, and excitement. You receive exactly what you ask and pray for, dear ones. Every single time you receive exactly what you ask for with your vibrational prayer. Be aware of your painting when you pray. We leave you now in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator, Adonai,